Hi, I'm back again.
Back again.
Okay, anyways, I hope you guys have been good again. I hope you had an amazing day, or will have an amazing day. Could be morning there, God knows. But yes, in today's video, we're gonna talk about how men and women think. So of course, I don't know how they think. Like I don't know how a man thinks. I haven't been in his brain, but there's too much misunderstanding in men and women when they talk, and that has led me to know some few things that we can do better for each other, you know. Okay, so what have I learned? Well, I've been reading this book, no, heard audiobook of Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus by, I think his name was John. I don't know. Search it up on YouTube. It's a very great book. It can explain it much better than how I'm going to explain it right now. But yeah, nothing can beat the original book. But this can be a little recap, kan man säga. You can say. Long time ago, men lived on Mars and women lived on Venus. So those two people lived completely separate lives on those two different planets. And they lived like completely, men lived their men way and women lived the woman way. And one day the Martians, which are the men on Mars, looked through their telescope and discovered the Venusians, and they fell in love with them. And when they fell in love with them, they fell so madly in love that they decided to move to Venus. And on Venus, they were living in harmony for years. They understood each other. They studied each other for months and understood that they're different, understood their differences, and started to appreciate each other with their differences, you know? And one day they discovered this bluish, greenish little Earth planet, I mean, which was Earth. And they decided to move to Earth here. And when they moved here, they've been living just as the same as they've been living on Venus, but much better because the weather is really good here, much better. And one day, one morning, everybody woke up with this weird amnesia. They forgot everything. Everybody forgot everything. Everybody forgot that they are different, and on Earth it became a chaos. And well, since they didn't remember their past, now they have forgotten their differences. And since they have forgotten their differences, the men started to think that women think the same way as them, and women start to think men think the same way as women, which is completely. And now when they're in love, they started showing each other love by their own languages instead of the other party's language. So for example, when the man is in love, he shows love for his partner in man way, and when the woman is in love, she shows appreciation and love to her man by a woman way. And since they don't understand their languages, well, they feel like they don't they feel like their partner doesn't love them because they're not showing the love by their language. Okay, so what's men and women's language then? I'll come back to that in a bit. But before that, I'm gonna tell you what men complain a lot about women. Like right now on Earth, men complain a lot that women try to control them. Whenever they try to fix something, women just tell them to, by the way, not all women. For example, this woman right here comes and she tries to help him. She might see him struggle a bit, and she offers help. She says, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And what he starts to think is, oh, she doesn't believe in me, she doesn't believe I can do that. Like he feels so pressured that she's trying to change him. You know, he feels like that way, but in her mind, she's just trying to help him. And most complaint women have about men is that they don't listen. So let's say when one woman came back from work and started complaining how her coworker was so annoying, how the coffee was so bad, how the customers were so annoying, and the man starts to give her advice, stuff to fix it. Like he tells her, well, why didn't you put the sugar on your coffee? Well, um, you should have, I told you to avoid that coworker. Or where, like, he starts to give her advice, but what she wants is, she just wants him to hear her. She just wants him to complain with her. Simply, we women love to complain. Like, just complain with us and we appreciate it, you know. So both parties are trying to help each other, but they're trying to help the other party in their own language instead of the other party's language, which is pretty useless if the person you're trying to help could not understand what you're trying to do. To fix all this chaos, what can we do? Good question. And let's pretend we have built a time machine and went back in time to men on Mars and women on Venus. Let's start by looking at how men were living on Mars. On Mars, the men, let's say one man, he's trying to fix something. This man doesn't ask for help unless he really needs to. Because if he asks for help when he doesn't really need to, it's a sign of weakness. But if he asks for help when he really needs to, then that's a sign of intelligence. Kind of weird, but yeah. And he doesn't go to just anybody to ask for help. He goes to a person he respects and believes that person can help him with something. So he goes and asks for him, and the person that is being asked gets the honor of helping somebody. And now both of them are happy, because now the one helping gets the honor of helping somebody, and he feels respected. And the man asking for help, he gets his solution, he gets help. Both of them are happy. So in this case, when a woman on the other hand comes to the man and asks and talks about her problems, the man, he thinks, oh, she came here to ask me for help because she respects me. She does respect him, I hope so. She does respect him, but what she wants most of the time is not solutions. It's for him to just listen. But he puts on his Mr. Fix-It hat and gives her solution instead of just listening, and she feels unheard and, dismissed and ununderstood. And on Venus, when a woman have a problem, they like to sit in a circle and they all talk about their problems and they give each other support. That's how they fix their problems. And when a man goes to his cave and is alone and starts to think, the woman goes, I should probably go and talk to him. He looks like he have a problem, but he's not talking about it. So I should probably go and try to make him talk. That's her way of helping, but at the end of the day, that's not helping, is it? No. So what should the man do instead of trying to give her solutions to fix it? He should probably just sit down and listen to her and give her an empathy and try to understand her. And the woman, she should let him be. He will come to her and ask her for help when he really needs to. But if he doesn't ask her for help, she just should let him be. Like, he'll come if he really wants to. On Mars, men are problem solvers, and when they're upset, they often go to their cave to think about the problem alone. Cave doesn't mean like a literal cave where a bear goes in, like it means their mind, like they like to think alone. They value competence, which is the ability to do stuff, and accomplishments. They feel love when trusted, accepted, and appreciated. They often want to fix the problems when a woman is talking instead of listening. And on Venus, on the other hand, they process emotions / their problems by talking about them. They value connection and empathy and relatableness. Notice how when two girls like talk about something and when they feel related or when they feel like they like the same thing, they go, oh my god, me too. They feel excited. That's when they feel relatable and related and connected, something like that. They feel loved when heard, understood, and cared for. They often want to vent and feel supported, not fixed. Common misunderstanding here is when a woman talks about her feelings, the man jumps in to fix it. Now she feels dismissed. A man needs space to think, and a woman wants him to talk about it in order to help him. Now he feels pressured. That's why men complain a lot about women try to change them, and women complain a lot about why men don't listen. So what this is trying to tell us is that we think different, we feel different, we solve our problems differently. Just now I've just shared how men and women feel loved, and it's kind of not the same. So at the end of the day, both of us, we are very different, and we should definitely try to understand each other often and speak to the other party in their language instead of our language. So me as a woman, when I'm talking to a man, I should talk to him in his language, in Marcin's way, not in my way, and vice versa. And if we try to understand each other more often, then the world could be a better place, simply. And even if we cannot make a better place, at least we should try to make our relationships with our close ones better by trying to understand them. So that was basically it. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I feel like that's enough for today. And thank you so much for listening this long, and maybe this video might explain why your last relationship felt like talking to a person from another planet. God knows, yeah, maybe they are from another planet, you know? But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.